Hello and welcome to another quick video tutorial with King Tech Coding Clinic once again. So in this video, I'm going to show you step by step how we can upgrade our employees payroll management system, right? In our previous video tutorials, we have dealt with how to develop the system from scratch. If you haven't watched that, I'll leave the link in the video description below. So right now in this video, what we are going to be doing is there are some features that have been requested we add. So I've decided to take the time and trouble to add them, and now everything looks good and promising. Now the system looks bigger than before, right? If you want to understand the in and out on how the system is developed and how it works, you would have to watch the previous video before you can then come back to watch this particular one. And if you also want to know how these upgraded features work, you would have to stick around till the end of this video. And by the end of this video, I'll be sharing the link on how you can download this amazing system for absolutely free, unlocked, and you can modify it the way you want. So stick around till the end of the video, and I'm going to show you how everything is going to be. So right now we already have, let's first of all log into the system. So our default username and password is admin1234, which I've been sharing all that with you. So now we have these features currently where we can add employees here. I've already shown that in the previous video. You can check that out. How to grab attendance, and also how to check payroll, and also how to generate payslips, being it single, bulk, or email payslip. Initially in the previous version, there is no this email payslip feature, but here we've added it. I'm going to show you how that works. But before that, let's look at what has been requested. So now here we are. So now it says how do you skip employees? The first question or the first request is that how do we skip employees that should not be paid for a particular month? In our previous video, we captured on we dealt with how to generate pay slips, and we didn't take care of employees that should not be paid for a particular month. How do you skip those employees? Now I've got you covered in this upgraded version. I'm going to show you how that is going to work. Now the second thing is that it says how to generate reports on paid and unpaid employees list. Let's say that at the end of the month, when payroll is being generated, payment is made, you want to have the list of those employees who have been paid or those who have not been paid. How do you do that? I've added that in this upgraded version. And the final thing is that it says how to send employees payslips via email. So at this point, there is no need to waste resources and time printing payslips. Definitely it will be very good to automate the process of sending these emails, sending these payslips via emails. So we've also handled that in this video tutorial. I'm going to walk you through step by step how these features work. So now let's delve right into that. So first and first, let's answer this first question. It says how do you skip employees that should not be paid for a particular month? How do you skip that? So I got you covered. Let's work on that first. So initially, when building payroll, after you having the attendance and everything, employees, so we have just 2 employees so far in the system. Let's show 2 so that we can see everything. We have just 2 employees, right? So how do you build payroll for that? So quickly, just go to payroll here, and then which month do you want to build the payroll on? So you build the payroll on, let's say you don't build for January. So this is how you enter the date. So 2026, we are targeting the month, and quickly you click on generate payroll. So once you do that, when you visit the payroll data, you have that captured. For now, they are not paid, okay? They are unpaid. So now, how do we pay them? So we navigate straight back to this same payroll here, and then here you choose the same date you chose initially. That was January-2026, because we are paying for that particular month. And what is the payment method? Let's say cash, bank transfer, or mobile money. So let's say mobile money, and then you maintain this date as it is because it takes the current date, and then additional notes where you can say payments made as the notes. So once you are done, just click on mark paid, and there you go, meaning it shows that they have been paid. So quickly, when you check the payroll now, you realize that payment has been made and they have been paid. So we can easily generate payslips for this, right? If you want to know how to do that, you can just visit the previous video. I don't want us to prolong this video, so you can generate payslip. For the single payslip, you can just enter the the dates for which the payslip should be generated, or the particular month, which in this case is January 2026, and then the employee's ID, that you can generate payslip for that employee. If you want to do bulk payslip generation, you would have to choose the date, January 2026. Then you browse and get a folder in which you would want to generate that payslip. and then you do that. Let's just walk through that, right? So let's just do bulk generation. So let me just say January is January-2026, and then here let me browse and grab that folder which I call sample payslip. So we have this one here. Okay, there are some payslips already generated inside that. Let me just remove those payslips. We have these ones here. Let me just delete them so that we can generate new ones here. There we go. So now that folder is now empty. So let's go generate payslip. So there we go, bulk, and then here January-2026, and then you grab the folder path here. You go to desktop, and then you grab this file, and then quickly generate payslips. So here you have the payslips generated for these 2 employees. Okay. So now let's see the payslips, and then we proceed. So now you open this, and then you see the first employee's payslip. Very neat. Everything is working inside perfectly the way we want it. And now the second employee, right? So now you can modify all these payslips and other stuff. So now let me delete these payslips, and then we proceed to see how we can skip employees that we don't want to pay for a particular month. So now our payslip folder is empty. We'll be coming back to it. So now let's go back. So how do you then skip employees that you don't want to pay for a particular month? So now let's say we want to generate or build payroll for February 2026. So quickly we go to payroll. But before we do that, who are the employees you don't want to pay? Let's go to employees form here. So let's say you don't want to pay. So far we have these 2 employees, 1 and 2. So let's say you don't want to pay employee with the ID number 2, that is EMP002. You don't want to pay her or him. How do you handle that? So you can see that the status here says what? Active. Whichever employee that is active, it means that employee should be paid. So what we need to do is to go back to our form, go to employees, in here, enter the employee ID, the one you don't want to pay for that particular month, 002, and search for that employee. So once you search, you have the employee's data returned here. And here, what you need to do is to come to status and change it to what? Inactive. And once you are done, click on update. So now when we are building payroll, this employee is going to be skipped. But before that, let me show you something. You see, this is the payroll we built for January 2026. And since the 2 employees were active, payroll has been generated and both have been paid. So right now, we have made one of them that we don't want to pay inactive here. So now let's go build payroll for February 2026. So let's do that to payroll. So here, FEB-2026. This is good. So now let's build payroll for that. So now when we go to our payroll, you realize that for February 2026, it is only 1 person, because the other person has been what? Has been set to what? Inactive. So no payroll will be generated, and that person will not be part of the payroll for that month. And these members here, payroll has been generated but not yet paid. So we need to pay them, or pay them only person we are paying for this month. So how do we do that? We go back here, go to payroll. So here we enter the same month, February-2026, and then here we choose payment method. Let's say bank transfer, and then here we say payment made. There we go. So here we mark paid. So we have just paid that employee. So right now when we go to payslip here, let's go to let's go to payroll once again. Let's go to payroll here. So you can see that now this employee has been paid. So if we want to generate payslip for that particular month, it will generate only 1 payslip for us. Let's look at that. So here we go to this. Let's go to payslips and generate bulk payslip. And here we enter the month, so February-2026, and then we browse and grab the payslip folder here. Now let's generate the payslip. So there we go. We have the payslip generated. So now let's visit the folder and check what is happening there. So we have just 1 payslip because that is the only person who has been paid. The other one has not been paid, so no payslip for that particular employee for that month. So that is how powerful the system works now. So now with this, you can skip employees you don't want to pay for that month. So with this, we've just answered this particular feature, and meaning that has been captured. So now we move forward. So how do you generate reports on paid and paid for employees that have been paid for a particular month and those that have not been paid for a particular month? That's very simple. So now with the payroll here, what we do is that we have captured 3 scenarios here. So now this employee that has not been paid, who has been set to inactive, we don't categorize that employee as the one who has not been paid. We categorize this employee as the one whose payroll has not been generated. Okay, so when generating this report, let's navigate to that report and let me show what I'm talking about. When we come to payroll, so now we've now added this particular model which is payment status report. So we click on that. So here, when you click on this status, we have paid. This generate report or list of those who have been paid for the month we are going to enter here. When you choose unpaid, it will go for those who have not been paid for that month. When you choose not generated, those who have been set inactive for that month, their payroll have not been generated at all. So meaning they fall under the category of what? Not generated for that month. And there are instances where payroll has been generated for employees, but they have not been paid. So those fall under the unpaid. But when the payroll is generated and they are paid, they fall under the paid status here. So now let's handle that of the February. So now let's go there. Let's do this February 2026. And then we want to check those who have been paid. So we click on that, click generate. So we can say February paid for short. So we click on save. There we go. So now when we go to our desktop here, let's check our desktop here. This one here. So we realize that we have only one person who has been paid, and this is the person status says paid. So you can see. Good. But for this particular month, when you check for the month of February, let's go to payroll, you realize that there is no unpaid. So we only have paid. But how do we handle those that have not been generated? And that is where we deal with the inactive member here. Since the person has been set to inactive, meaning no payroll has been generated for that person. So that person falls under not generated. Let's see how we can handle that. With that, we go to dashboard, go to payroll, go to report. Here we enter the same month, February 2026, and then here we set the status to what? Not generated, and click on generate. So even if you choose unpaid, it will just be empty list. So now let me just call this February not generated. There you go. So now let me just click on this to save on desktop. So we now have February not generated. So I can equally generate February unpaid. Okay, so let me just generate it at once and call this February unpaid. So now we have all three scenarios captured: unpaid, paid, and not generated. Let's see how each and every report looks like now from the desktop. So now we've already looked at the paid. Let's look at the not generated for February. So with this one, not generated, look at the status here, says not generated, only one person. The payroll has not been generated, meaning that person has not been paid because the person has been set to inactive. Now, when you check the unpaid, it gives you an empty list, and you can see paid 0, unpaid 0, and then not generated 0, because no one, meaning this person, what's the name? There is no one in this particular month who has not been paid. It's either the payroll has not been generated or has been generated and all have been paid. So that is that about that. So with this answers the second question of how to generate report on paid and unpaid employees list. So we mark that and say thank you for that. So now, how do you send employees payslips via email? So this is where the magic happens. So now, in order for us to make this look more interactive, let's go and make all the employees pay. Okay, let's generate another payroll for March so that we can send that March payslip via email to the various employees. So with that, we go to payroll here and build for March. So you can just say March 2026. There we go. So we generate payroll for that. Sorry. So before we do that, when you look at this payroll data here, it will generate for one person because the other person has been set to unpaid. So what is going to happen is this. Let's go to our employees. Let's go to dashboard, go to employees. Let's search for our second employee that we set to inactive and then make her active again and pay her. So set her to active. So the status says active now. Click on update. So now she has been updated. So now we need to generate payroll for what? Instead of March, let's make it April now. So we can say April 2026. And then we generate payroll for that, April 2026. So now if we should check okay, now let's proceed and pay them at once. So here we capture the payment status, a bank transfer, and we can say paid here, and then we are done. So let's proceed and pay the two of them. So we click on mark page. So meaning we've just generated payslip for two and then we pay them at once. So when we check payroll, you can see April 2026, both of them have been paid. So with this, we can generate payslip for that particular month, that is April 2026, and then we can then send these payslips via email. Let's do that. So we go to our dashboard here, we go to payslips, then we go to bulk payslips. So we are generating for what? April 2026, and then the folder path, we click on this, we navigate and get employees payslips folder, and then we click on generate. So we should have the pay slips generated for these two, and there we go. So now if we minimize and open our folder, we have two pay slips now for month of February. So let's open them, and there we go. We have this, and then we open for the second employee as well, and then we have that. So now we can then proceed to send this pay slip via email. So how do we do that? From there, we navigate to pay slips and then go to this module, which is not in our previous version. So now we click on this. So here, what we need to do is to browse and grab the folder which holds all the pay slips. So that is it, employees pay slips. And then here you enter the subject and say your current or maybe your April pay slip. Okay, so you can say find attached your current payslip. So now with this scenario, what happens if the client or the employee doesn't have an email? It's going to skip. If the employee is not paid and there is no payslip, it's going to be skipped. But once the payslip exists in the folder, meaning the employee has been paid, and then once the email to exist, it can then proceed to send the email. So with that, let me just connect my internet here and let me show you how this is going to work. This is going to be sent via Outlook. So here I'll just click on email payslips. Let's look at the magic now. So you can see that the payslips have been, the email Outlook has opened. So with this, you can review everything to ensure that everything is intact. This is the first employee called John Doe. This is the email. So you can then proceed and click on send, and that will be sent. So click on this, and that will be sent. This person to review everything, click on send, and that as well will be sent. So with this, you've just sent the pay slips via the various employees to the various employees via email, and that makes the system complete and more robust and upgraded compared to the previous version. So with this brings us to the end of this amazing video tutorial. So those of you who have already watched the previous one, if you would want to upgrade it to this level, if you don't just want to download this one and you want to upgrade what you've already set up by yourself, let me show you how that is going to work. So you go to the Visual Studio here. These are the modules we've just added. So we have this module here that holds all the helper functions that are used to generate send the email via send the payslips via email, and also how to handle the report generation. So we need to import this particular module, and also what we need to do is to build this particular form, that is the payment report form, which handles paid lists, unpaid lists, and not generated lists. And finally, we check and then also add this particular form which handles sending of payslips via email, where you have the various text boxes. So you can just download this one and then you go through the source files and be able to get everything up and running. So if you like this system, just smash the like button. Also, if you are a first visitor to this channel, just make sure to subscribe to the channel, press the notification bell so that you can get notified anytime we upload new video tutorials. I'll be leaving the link in the video description on the previous video. Check it out and watch it and understand how the entire system works and how it's been developed before you can then proceed to handle these scenarios we've just added. And also, you can download the entire system for free in the video description below. The link is there. Click on the link and download. And thank you so much for watching. Let me know the next system you would want me to develop for you in the comment section. Just tell me the system and how you want the system to work, and I'll gladly handle that for you. Till then, see you in the next video, and thank you so much for subscribing and liking our videos, and thank you so much also for sharing our videos, and bye.